We're at Meathop campsite in the Lake District.
This is our very last Caravan and Motorhome Club site before our annual membership runs out. Find out if we're going to renew for the next season.
Stick around to see the final verdict.
So we just checked in at Meathop. First impressions, actually.
Really nice.
It's a really lovely looking campsite and the lady on reception, really friendly. You went in to see her, didn't you?
Yeah, really great, really informative, very helpful.
And she gave you a little insider knowledge as to which is the best pitch.
Yeah, I said, which pitch would you choose? And she said, ooh, number 60.
So we're on number 60 and we're going to show you that in a short while.
Now that means, because she made the suggestion, I don't have to go back and tell her the pitch that I'm on, which typically you do have to do.
Yeah, so if you're new to Caravan and Motorhome Club sites or you're thinking of joining up, this is how it works. When you arrive, they give you a map, they tell you what's available, you go and park up and then you go back to reception to tell them where you are. So this sometimes, for some people, it's a bit of a faff.
It is.
It is. If you stay with Caravan and Camping Club, then what tends to happen with them, the ones that we've experienced anyway, is that somebody will walk you around the site while you're driving in your motorhome, and they'll either be on a bike or they'll walk. They'll show you various pictures and you choose which one you want and they write it down there, so you don't have to go back up to the office. But we're not members of the Caravan and Camping Club, but we are of Caravan and Motorhome Club. We've been members 2 years. Now then, the membership is £66 and there's a lot of benefits for that, which we're going to go through later on in this video. But one of the benefits is that they give you a voucher for a free night.
Yes.
And we've come for our free night. But when we've tried to claim the free voucher, we have to pay for it.
So the lady said, you can't have one night and claim back the one night. It's a minimum of 2 nights. So we've come here for 1 night, so we can't claim it back. We have to have been here for 2 nights. Now, the only other problem is that expires at the end of January. So we don't actually have time now. So we've lost our free night.
So although we've paid our £66 and we are a member, unfortunately we can't do that because we didn't read that rule. Now then, you might think, well, that's silly you should have read the rule. But I think anybody who's a member of the Caravan and Motorhome Club site knows that we've got plenty of rules and sometimes it's really difficult to keep up with them all. One thing that this place has got is beautiful views.
Yeah.
And I think it's fair to say it's one of the best laid out ones, and it actually feels like a nice campsite.
It's quite large, so I don't feel like I'm squashed next to the person next to me, you know, the person in the plot next to me.
That's right. Some Caravan and Motorhome Club sites, to me, feel a bit car parky.
They are.
They are. Whereas this feels like a nice campsite.
Quite remote, aren't we?
Now, I think Dora loves this campsite because this is a doggy area and there's a gate on it and she can't get out. And she's got a lot of energy, as Dora. And I think we'll stay in here for a little bit of time so that she can get used to it. But it's nice to see her running around, actually.
She's just running for the sake of it.
She's just doing some action shots. Whereas Pamela's not so sporty, are you, bud? He's waiting at the side with orange segments for when Dora's finished. Is that fun, Dora? Do you like that? Now, one rule with the Caravan and Motorhome Club is that you've got to have your dogs on lead, but this is a dog walking area. There's nobody else in here. It's pretty quiet, so we're just letting them have a little run round. So we're not sure if we're breaking a rule or not. Maybe you can let us know in the comments. We're not doing it intentionally, but there's no harm anyway. There's no other dog.
Well, the rule's quite precise. It has to be a 2 metre lead.
2 metre lead.
Remember, somebody pulled us up on that and said your lead's longer than 2 metres.
Yeah. So if you're thinking of joining up and you've got a 2.1 metre lead, next year you need to buy a new one. Okay, so that's just one thing. And this is a really good view. You can see St Chris II. That's our motorhome if you're new to the channel. And there it is over the dry stone wall. You've also got a playground down there. There's not many people on there. And there's different service points and everything else. Now you'll see that our pitch is great. We've got the electric hookup just there. This one in the corner, that's another pitch, and then there's ours. Yeah. So there's a certain set of rules that you need when you are motorhoming at the Caravan and Motorhome Club. I'm going to show you that. Now, one thing that you might notice, and this is one thing that caught us out a little bit, is that although it's a Caravan and Motorhome Club, and there's a standard, and there is a standard. They are clean, aren't they? Not all the pictures are level, and you can see actually at the back just how unlevel some can be.
Yeah.
So you do need chocks, and you can see down there as well.
Look how large the site is, yes.
It is big. So you do need chocks. Now, we were given some chocks, weren't we?
Yeah.
When we bought the motorhome, but they're not the biggest of chocks, and sometimes you can't really get it level. One issue that we have is that we've got a drop-down bed, and our drop-down bed sometimes does not want to drop down unless it's level, so we have some problems. So these are the pegs. So when you park up, you have to make sure that you park in between them, and that's for fire regs, and it's also so that everybody's got the space that they've asked for. 59 to go there, then they can have their awning. If they've got the space, then we've got this. We have space. Now, obviously, if you watch us all the time and you've got a motorhome, you know this, but there's a lot of people that are new to motorhoming, so hopefully give you a little bit of info. Anyway, let's have a look at Meathop. Well, I hope we're pronouncing it right. It's not Meathop.
It could be Meathop. Quite sheltered in there, aren't we?
And you get that view.
And it's level, pretty much.
And it's level.
They also have some pitches here that are fully serviced.
Oh.
She told me. She said you can have any pitch, blue or white, but not red. Red is fully serviced.
The Caravan and Motorhome Club say that all of the money that goes into it gets redistributed for the benefit of its members. So that must mean that the sites are well looked after.
Yeah.
And the facilities, you'd have thought, are as good as anywhere.
So my first opinion, view is that this actually is very well looked after.
This is one of the better ones.
Yeah, this is nice. We can see spring is coming, which is also beautiful.
Oh.
Can't we?
Look, I mean.
Spring is on its way.
So nice to see. And look at this. I think these are, what would you say they are? Snowdrops?
Maybe.
Daffodils?
Look a bit big, don't they? Could be daffodils.
Daffodilus.
My favourite flower.
Fortunii. Snickers or Rapparatari. And sometimes on Caravan and Motorhome Club sites, you get one of these. Pizza. It says Thursday, Friday, Saturday and Sunday, called Alfresco 75. But you've got to order by 2:30. And this is reception where you came out of. What's the big building?
I don't know.
Before we came, did you know which way you were going to fall? Were you going to renew or not?
Not renew.
You didn't want to renew?
No.
Well, we'll talk about why not in a bit. So we've only been members for 2 years of the Caravan and Motorhome Club. However, there's been some changes, I think, since we've been members. One of them is dynamic pricing. We're going to talk about that later on. And this one is this, where the bins are not distributed around the campsite anymore. And they tend to be more in like the facilities blocks. A lot of them are on the way out.
Yeah, the exit point.
So sometimes you've got quite a walk. Now, for us that are in his 20s, we're not that bothered. But I think for people that maybe are older and they're coming and it's a bit more of a struggle for them, that could
heavy
be
bag.
A bit heavy, couldn't it?
I don't know why that is, whether it's because, I don't know.
It's a rule change. So this is our toilet block.
The white building, yes.
Now, it's quiet at the minute, so I'm going to see if there's anybody in. If there's nobody in, we'll have a little look at it.
Yeah.
Now this is something that we're going to talk about later. I'll probably not do much talking on that, but I know somebody that will.
Me.
Okay. Anyway, let's have a look and see what's happening. Is there a key for it?
Oh, she gave us a key, but she didn't say it was for the toilets.
Well, now we know what the key's for.
Yeah.
So if you're busting, make sure that you bring your key. Now, not entirely sure why you'd need a key. Because
We're remote here, aren't we?
did you have to show the membership card?
Yes.
Okay, but we've checked the membership card. It's quite remote. I'm not sure if they've had a spate of people using the urinal, but it could be. Anyway, look at this. Most Caravan and Motorhome clubs, they have the information. In fact, I think they all do, don't they? Pretty good if you want to see what you've got. So here we've got places to visit. There's a nature reserve, a Buddhist temple.
Interesting.
Yeah. Lake cruises, tapestry museum, antiques, place in all mansion and gardens. So now, this is one of the benefits of Caravan and Motorhome Club.
Yeah.
Because you get 2 for the price of 1 for club members. And you get a lot of 2 for the price of 1 everywhere, apart from the Caravan and Motorhome Club, because you've got to pay for both of you to come, and that's true.
That is true, you pay per person, that's right.
Got a telephone.
Does it work?
Hello, loser.
Yes, it does work. And it's also a nice little area. If you just want a minute. That's a map. That's quite a nice touch, actually.
Yeah.
Very useful. And then what we've got here, so these are, if you're a late arrival, and you've got to speak to the staff, but you can get a welcome pack and your key in there and they'll give you a code.
That's handy, isn't it?
It is, because we tend to turn up.
You can be late.
Quite late. And then you can see what wildlife we've got here. What I like about it. Hey, look at that. You can even identify the trees. Got walnut trees here.
But you'd quite like that, wouldn't you?
I love all this stuff. There's even snakes. DVDs. Now, I've got a friend and he has got a DVD player in his Caravan and he actually goes and buys DVDs.
Okay.
I think he's keeping some of these places going. But he says he doesn't watch DVDs at home, but in his van he watches them. Does anybody else do the same thing? Says there's something special about it.
It's quite
Quite
sweet,
like
isn't
that.
it?
Yeah. Quite lovely. He gets good ones. I think he gets most of them from Puts and Cocks. One thing I would say is that sometimes, you know, when you come to these campsites, you can miss some of the nice touches that Caravan and Motorhome Club give. And I think the fact that that's heated is a nice touch.
It's great, yeah.
Especially on a day like today. As we know, this week has been very icy. And the motorhome this morning was absolutely covered in ice. We've not moved it because we haven't been in the motorhome for a couple of weeks now. So it took quite a while, didn't it, to get rid of that?
It was blue ice.
You were watching me through the
Blue
window.
job.
Yeah, and it was actually antifreeze. So I got some, it's screen wash, I should say, because it had frozen that much that my little theory was if I put the screen wash on the screen, it would drip down behind it and I could separate it. It did actually come off in one big chunk, didn't it?
Yeah.
Why are you laughing at that?
No, that's a good theory, yeah.
That's a blue job. When we first got the motorhome, it were a bit daunting, weren't it? We didn't really know what to do, but we got loads of help from you guys. So, as I say, we know that a lot of you have got motorhomes. We know that some of you haven't got motorhomes. We know some of you have got caravans. But there might be some of you out there that are new to it all. So when you arrive, best thing to do is to get some electric. So here's our electric. You probably caught me on a bad day because it was pretty cold when we packed up, and normally I wrap all this up, but I'd had enough, so it all just got thrown in. But normally it's on a nice little reel. This is a man who's lost interest and just wanted to go on. Anyway, this is, you know, this is an authentic channel. This is what happens. I do tend to be.
It's real life.
It's real life. It is. Now then, this is what I do, and I think I've got this right. You don't know what happens here, do you?
No, show me.
So this is our electric.
So you plug into the van first?
I plug into the van first because my theory is when you plug into the electric, that end, it's live. Now you don't want to be walking around with a live thing. Now,
With a live
our
end?
friend, I think it were Ray,
was.
told us that these, to wrap up, and you get to see this, especially in winter. Now we saw this at the last campsite that we went to, and we pointed it out to them, the advice that we've been given. If you leave it coiled up, these get incredibly hot and they can be a fire hazard. So even if you've got a post here, you need to make sure that you unravel the entire thing. Safety first. Okay, walk this way. We are now completely unraveled and we're going to plug in. How we normally do this is that I do this out in either the rain, the hail, the snow, the wind, the cold, or Claire gets comfy inside and she listens for the beep. So it's teamwork. You've got very good ears. Did you hear a beep?
You're a busy boy.
This is what happens outside. Again, most of you know this, but if you're new to it, me and Claire are quite old-fashioned and we have blue jobs and pink jobs. This is a blue job. We're quite happy at that though, aren't we?
Yeah, we love it.
I don't mind doing this at all. I know I joke, but this is like my thing.
Are we on?
We are on. However, there's one problem.
What?
Well, it's been really icy.
Yeah.
And on a Benimar, we found this out when we first got it, didn't we?
Yeah.
Because it has an automatic dump of the water. And we didn't know they automatically dumped. So what happens is there's a little latch, and I've got to change that latch. If it gets below, what was it, 4 degrees?
Does it dump?
It just gets rid of the water. So when I just turned all that on, I could hear that the water's just teeming out. So make sure that you don't do that.
So you're going to make a mess of me now?
Well, we tend to spend most of us time under this little area, don't we? If you look back in the summer, when we went to Northumberland, we had a bit of a problem where I was fixing things in here. It's like living on a boat, isn't it? It's not very easy to get to. Let's take everything apart. But luckily, putting it back together is a pink job, so it's not my problem. Let me show you where this is, because if you're new to motorhoming, you might want to know, or if you don't do winter motorhoming, you might not know. I reckon this causes lots of issues. So here, under the cushions, we have this little thing. And then, down here, you can see we've got this. And there's a little button on the side, that blue one. You're going to push that in. That's in now, so that then, sorry Claire, are you okay?
Well, I will be when I'm tidying up your mess.
So now we can go back, turn this on, and listen to that.
So what's that doing?
Well, it's now filling back up.
Have you messed up the pipes there?
There you go. Did you hear it stop?
Yeah.
Because if you don't do that, it just throws all the water out. So, let's put that back. And that now is all ready. It's all ready for you now. Here we go. So this is that. Looking a bit of a mess in there, Claire, now. I'm hoping that that gets sorted out before I can sit down. Now, one thing I would say about Caravan and Motorhome Club is that the facilities are always clean.
You know what you're going to get, don't you?
You do. There's a standard to them. You know what you're going to get. However, are they very modern? I think that's a bit subjective, but I don't think they're the prettiest shower blocks. Do you?
They're like old school shower blocks, aren't they?
A little bit. But as we said, there's Caravan and Motorhome Club and there's Caravan and Camping. Out of the two, I think Caravan and Motorhome Club tend to have better showers
agree with that, yes.
and toilets.
Yes.
They're a little bit cleaner and more modern. Right, so this is typical. Little washrooms, typical shower. As you can see though, Caravan and Motorhome Club is always very clean. Would you like to have a look at the ladies?
Yeah.
Hey, one thing to point out.
Yeah.
Well, you'll go and have a look at these. We've got a complimentary herb garden and you can come and help yourself, can't you?
Mm. I think every site has this.
So if you're doing some cooking, it's really nice. Oh, this is different. You've got a little foyer.
Let's have a look then. Oh, yes. Oh, and this is the dishwashing area. You can come in here. So the ladies is a little bit later, 11, well, 12, which is a good thing. Sometimes they're a lot earlier than that, which interferes with the routine that we have. Bit of a pain, really, sometimes. Ooh. That's it. This is a big one. These are large. Sink areas. Now, interestingly, this isn't a push button, which I prefer. It's on, it's on. Where's Andrew? Here he is. Hello, Andrew.
Hello, and what are yours like?
Exactly how I'd expected. It's quite large, isn't it? You're
Yes.
never going to struggle there. One thing I noticed was it isn't a push button shower,
I noticed that.
which we always know, so that's a good thing.
Sometimes you do. I'm not sure actually. Do you get push button in Caravan and Motorhome Club? Let us know if that is
Caravan
a
and
thing.
Camping Club.
Caravan and Motorhome. At Caravan and Camping, it is in some a push button.
Yes, it was last weekend, wasn't it?
But Caravan and Motorhome, seem to think it could be that. It makes all the difference actually, that. You know, we can be trusted to turn the tap off. It's actually a nice little area here to sit. You can sit down and look across there.
It's a really nice campsite, this. I think it's one of the best ones that we've been to, actually.
I do. And that's something to think about, because although the toilets are pretty standard,
Yep.
the campsites are not. And this
They're very
is beautiful. This is one of the better ones,
Yeah,
I think.
definitely, yeah.
And we have stayed at some absolutely gorgeous Caravan and Motorhome Club campsites.
Yeah, we have.
But we've also stayed at some that aren't very nice. What you find, I think, is if you've got a really good location for a town or a city, York, Rowntree, we loved our stay there, but it wasn't because of the campsite.
York rather than the campsite?
That's it, it wasn't the campsite. The campsite itself is...
It wasn't as nice as this at all.
No. What I like about this is it feels quiet, and that might be just because it is quiet. Now, over there, there's a hotel and a restaurant. Now, I'm not sure if we can use that. We'll not be using it today. That is another thing to consider if you're new to this, because sometimes you are stuck in the middle of nowhere.
Correct.
It's difficult to get any outside facilities, and that's good if you want that. But we tend to like to look round places, don't we?
Yes.
Looking a bit dirty, it's very difficult. Oh no. It's been burgled. They've turned place upside down. Oh no, it was me, weren't it, when I did that? Okay. Do you want to get in first? Just try and make it a bit more comfortable. So this is a pink job. You make it so nice.
But you've caused the problem, Andrew. You've caused the issue.
Now, one added benefit of the Caravan and Motorhome Club is that they have very, very good housekeeping. And look at that.
As if by magic. Now, take your shoes off, please. We can get really cosy now.
We can, and we're going to get cosy, and we're going to talk about the pros and cons of the Caravan and Motorhome Club. We've actually dropped on here because we're showing it at its best. This is a really good campsite, and I'm glad that we've come to one of these, because you know sometimes it's not as good, and we're open and honest, and we'll tell you that. And sometimes Caravan and Motorhome Club, it does get bashed a little bit because it's been going so long. It's got that many members, so it does get that. But we're going to talk about it honestly and openly, tell you what we like about it, what we don't like about it. We're going to have a little look round and see what other people are saying about it, and then we're going to make our decision as to whether we're going to do another season. So now we're all cosy in the van. Actually, we can see if this pitch is level. It's not actually quite level. There's a bit of a bend on the gimbal, isn't there? Yeah. So we did think it were going to be free. It turned out being £32. I think it's a bit of a silly rule. They're either giving us a free night or not, whether we're staying for 2 nights or not as a member.
Maybe we need to look at that voucher. Does it say that?
Anyway, that's what it is. So, having looked round, I think this is one of my favourites. I think the layout's
really nice.
It is nice, and the staff's been great. Now, sometimes you'll see on forums where the staff at Caravan and Motorhome Club, they get a bit of a bad rep, but we've, in the main, had really lovely staff. They've been lovely,
we have.
And you got to think that a lot of these staff, they're just like us, you know, just caravanners or motorhomes. So obviously, I think sometimes you don't know what kind of day they've had or morning they've had before then. But sometimes you do see things where people arrive and they're a little bit earlier and they have a very strict rule. This always gets people going and upset with it. But if you turn up 5 minutes before 1 o'clock, they're not going to let you in. It's a very brick wall attitude towards it, which I get. You know, you've got to have some rules. However, just like I said, you don't know what kind of a day the warden's had. I think if you're, you know, in your 70s and your 80s and you've towed a caravan for 5 hours, it just so happens that you've got in front a little bit. You've had a bit of a stressful journey. If you turn up, to have to then back up and then drive around for 20 minutes.
Sometimes you have to leave the site, don't you, and come back.
That's what we've heard. We've never had to do that, have we?
No.
So that's probably not our fight, is it? That's for something else. But that's just something to consider. So if you're new to it and you decide to sign up to Caravan and Motorhome Club, do not turn up before 1 p.m. because chances are they're going to turn you around. Okay, and people get upset about it either way. So we've stayed now at 11 Caravan and Motorhome Club sites in this annual membership.
Yeah.
It costs us £66 for the year.
Yeah.
So what does that work out? We've got, basically we're paying for, on top of the price of the pitch, we've got, what, like nearly £6 extra per pitch if you divide it between it all.
Yeah, okay.
So what do you get for that? Let's have a look and dive into the membership, and we'll say what you get, and then we can have a look at what we've actually used, because what you get and what you use are two different things. Yeah. So here we are on Google, Caravan and Motorhome Club membership. So if you go benefits join, click on that. It don't really tell you what your benefits are there. So you got an annual direct debit. If you put it on direct debit, it's £66 a year. No joining fee, which is really good of them, actually, to not charge to actually give them money. Auto renew each year, and you can cancel auto renew at no cost. So I'm not sure if we're on auto renew, because if you pay for credit or debit card, then that's £76 a year, and you get a £10 joining fee. 1 year membership without automatic review, and you can add more family members for only £10 per person, but all family members must live at the same address. So these are the benefits of becoming a Caravan and Motorhome Club member. You have access to over 2,700 campsites across the UK and Europe, which is
sounds a lot.
It sounds a lot, but it's not such a big thing, because you've got access to them without being a member anyway, because you can still book them. However, if you do book them, then you don't save £15 per night, okay? So we're saving £15 per night. So we've paid £32 a night
for here,
which is low season.
Yeah.
Well, this is £47 a night. Now, some people say to me, you know what you're paying, it's part of Caravan and Motorhome Club, don't moan about the price. But as a member, if I want to moan about the price, I'm going to moan about the price. And I think £47 for a bit of electric, a toilet block, and a parking spot.
Sunday night in January.
When we went to Canterbury, we stayed in Caravan and Camping.
We did, the Friendly Club.
The Friendly Club, so they call it. And the staff were friendly,
Yeah,
they were very nice. And we were going to do a video about it, but we decided not to. It cost us £46 a night.
Yeah.
And we're not members. So there was a surcharge on top for not being members.
That's right.
When we walked into Canterbury, which took us about 40 minutes to get there, you could have stayed in the Travel Lodge for £55.
That's right, yes.
Now, you might think, yeah, but you're not on a campsite, Yes, but you've got ensuite, you've got laundry, you have tea and coffee making facilities.
Yeah.
You've got a lot of extra.
A lot of pros there.
Yeah, so for £8 extra, we could have booked in the same nights for just £8 extra. Are we really saving £15 a night, or do you get punished for not being a member? So let us know in the comments what you think. Do you think we're getting a discount, or do you think you just get punished for not being a member? If you're not on auto renew, you have to pay £10 extra. Why?
What does that do? What's that for?
I know, you've bought the year, so that's that. It's just so that they know where they are. Now, what they say is that all the money that goes into the club is reinvested.
Yeah.
Now, we've been to a couple. There were only two, I think, but there were potholes around the site, weren't there?
Quite bad ones, yeah, there were.
Yeah. And we think that if you're a member of that club, I think personally that they should be sorted out. I think
shouldn't be potholes.
On-site maintenance should be spot on.
Yeah.
Now, I would say for the toilet blocks and the shower blocks, they're pretty good, aren't they?
They're good here, yes.
They are. And in most of them, they're pretty good. It's not my style. Standard. I do think they're a little bit military barracks.
Old-fashioned.
Maybe school dormitories. It doesn't have to be like that, because we've gone to a lot of independence this year, and the difference is night and day.
Yeah, it is, yeah.
On some of the good ones, the showers and the toilet blocks, like hotel standards.
Yeah.
So you don't get that here. So that's one thing that I would say. Now, they say that they reinvest all the money, but they are sat on quite a large reserve of money.
You've had a look, haven't you?
I have. Now, I'm not going to quote any figures because I'm not an accountant, so I don't know if I've got it right.
But this is information that's freely available.
Yeah, you can have a look on the club website, but they do sit on a large reserve. Now, if you've got a large reserve, that means that maybe to me, if they're reinvesting all the money, that means they've done all the jobs and everything's up to scratch, and that's what's left. So we can buy new campsites or put new facilities in. But there's potholes.
Yeah.
So are we really working for members there? Are we managing it properly? And I think that maybe they are, but what do you guys think? Do you think that they are reinvesting the money, or do you think that they're sat on a lot of money and not actually putting it to work? So now the third benefit is lowest price guaranteed on European touring holidays.
Oh, there's a guarantee here.
There's a guarantee. We've used
We have.
some campsites
Yeah, we have.
in France
Yep.
with the Caravan and Motorhome Club. We did a tour. We went down to Lake Como.
We did.
And some of them were Caravan and Motorhome Club and some were independents. Which ones did you prefer, Claire?
Independence.
The independents blew the Caravan and Motorhome one out the window. It might have been our choice of them, but some of them we didn't think they were very nice.
Not at all.
Some of them we didn't even feel that safe.
No, we didn't.
The one in France were crazy.
Didn't like it, did
Wasn't
I?
it?
Didn't like it at all.
Like something off Texas Chainsaw Massacre or something. Lowest price guaranteed on European touring holidays. Well, that's a holiday, that's a package, so as well. Has anybody done one of them? Let us know. Are they worth doing? Because we're open to ideas. The next benefit, access to club protection products to cover you and your vehicle at home, on the road and overseas. I think this is really good. You know, we're a member, we pay this, we get a bit of a discount. That's good. When it came to the time where we needed to get insurance for the motorhome, we went to the Caravan and Motorhome Club and we got a quote from them. We thought it was a little bit expensive, so we just thought, well, we'll just get a few more quotes because apparently this is the cheapest.
Yeah.
And we had a look around and compare the market, and went to places like Comfort Insurance, and we actually got it half price.
Yeah, we did not using the camping and motorhome.
Yes.
That wasn't the cheapest for us.
It was actually one of the dearest quotes that we got. So maybe if you live in different parts of the UK or you're a different age group, that it's cheaper because they all get different underwriters, I guess. But for us,
It was not.
It was not. So was it worth the membership price for that? No, it wasn't. The other thing that you get is up to 50% off on great days out, plus discounts on top brands. Now this is a
You like
thing.
this?
I did like this because at Go Outdoors you do get a discount. So you get a discount for being a member of Go Outdoors, and then I think they give you another discount on top for being a Caravan and Motorhome Club.
Yeah.
So if you've got some outdoor gear to buy, which is expensive if you get decent stuff, you can save a packet. And actually, not this year, but the year before, or was it this year?
Before we went to Scotland in April, we went to Go Outdoors to buy all our Scotland kit, didn't
So
we?
it was this year. I do think that we saved the price of the membership. So this year, you could argue that we got as money's worth out of that. But next year, well, we're not buying anything.
I don't need any more coats.
No, hopefully, because they last. So we need to see where else we can get
Discounts.
But if you are going to buy some gear, it's worth having if you're going to spend a bit of money on that. So yeah, there you go. And much more, it says. Now, we get a magazine, don't we? It comes out monthly. It's beautifully put together. Do you read it?
No.
I have a scan through it. There's a lot of adverts.
A lot of adverts, yeah.
So are we paying for the magazine, or does the advertising pay for the magazine? Or is it all going to one thing?
Point. Do we need it to be monthly?
Yeah. I'm
Could
not
it be
sure.
quarterly, every other month?
A lot of people think it could be quarterly, don't they? You also get a little booklet, don't you, with all the campsites in?
Once a year you get your annual booklet, yeah.
What about the website? What do you think to that?
I don't think it's that easy to... I like to search on the map. So when you click on search on map, it kind of all messes up.
Does it?
I don't think it's easy to use. I don't know what you guys think, but I don't think it's that easy to use.
And last year they had a bit of a data breach, didn't they?
Yeah. There's some IT issues where you couldn't book online.
Yeah, it went off. So I think it's kind of all right. One weird thing with it is that you log in and you can book under your membership number. But then sometimes you click and then it says put your membership number
Yeah.
in. But then you go back and you're still logged in. So some little bits are a bit off, aren't they?
Yeah.
You know, but I think it's probably a little bit better than other places. One selling point that Caravan and Motorhome Club have is that dogs are free.
That's good for us. We're having 2 dogs.
That is good, because sometimes you go to independents and they do charge you for your dogs. Now that blows my mind a little bit, because what exactly is the dog accessing? Because sometimes they'll charge you for that and there's no actual dog facilities.
We've had that before, haven't we?
Yeah, so they charge you for that, but there's nowhere to walk them.
Yeah, that's right.
So it's, what is it actually costing the people that run the place? But Caravan and Motorhome Club, dogs are free, so that's very good. Now, if you don't have a dog, I've seen online that some people don't like that,
Yeah,
because
that's fair enough.
they're paying same price as somebody with a dog. So
Yeah.
there is that other argument to it. The other thing is, and the one thing that's quite interesting, I think, is that if I came here on my own, or you came here on your own,
Yeah.
you pay one price.
Yeah,
But when we come together, it costs more money.
it does.
If I was sat here on my own, would I use less electricity?
No, because it's on regardless.
It's on anyway.
Yeah.
So what exactly is it that costs more?
Shower, maybe.
Shower, the bins. But they're expensive bins.
You're going to use the bin anyway.
I could get a commercial bin that's a lot cheaper
Yeah.
than that.
So really, it's just the shower, potentially, isn't it? Flushing the toilet or something.
I think it'd be
That's not
better,
much.
really, I don't know. I think if you paid per motorhome, I
Fair
think
enough,
to make
yeah.
it more, better for other people.
Yeah.
I think the kids are cheaper as well. I
that's
think.
right.
We don't know, so we don't book with kids. We've only got the dogs. So that's something to think about. So it does make it more expensive. So when we're booking, there is that. Also, I think if you're older, you do get a discount, don't you?
You do, yes. People have told us about that.
Right, so the other thing that we need to look at is Wi-Fi.
That's right.
Now, Wi-Fi is massive for us because we come to these places. A lot of the time, we have to upload our video.
Over here, yeah.
Now, we have some problems with this, don't we?
Oh, the Wi-Fi is terrible.
The Wi-Fi is terrible in our house. It's terrible, isn't it?
Yeah.
It takes forever. We have to upload. When you watch a half-hour video, it could take 12 hours to upload. It's
crazy.
painfully slow. And if we're out travelling, then we need the Wi-Fi. So let's have a look and see how fast the Wi-Fi is.
Yep.
So if I have a look here, now I can go on. There's this little thing that you can use called speed test.
Right.
Now I'm through my mobile phone at the minute.
Okay.
So you can tether the computer. So we'll have a look at this. We're going to run a speed test. And you can see that in this area, it's pretty good. We're getting, what's that, 34 megabits per second? To be fair, that's almost as fast as at home. We don't have them, really fast. I know some people get silly numbers, but not us. Okay, so this is the upload speed. And on this, we're getting 37.8, which is really fast. So we should be able to download and upload
Quite well here.
quite well. If I switch that over to free club Wi-Fi, we're going to switch over. Here we go.
Do the same process.
And we're going to try... Ooh, I've got to sign in
Yeah, you do.
and give some details. Let's sign up. So we got to do these terms of use, all right, whatever, accept them. We don't want marketing consent. So not only is free Wi-Fi, but they won't send you stuff. We don't want that. Thank you. Right, so now what you get is this. You got to select a plan. Free club Wi-Fi, time limited and bandwidth limited. So it's going to choke the amount of bandwidth that you get. So for us to try and upload something, we've just seen there, you got 30, what did we have? 36, 37 megabits per second. Well, this is unlimited data. You get it for an hour, but it'll only do 1 megabit per second.
Wow, massive difference, eh?
So what we can do in 1 second through my phone is going to take 37 seconds, I think, if that's how it works through this. Or you can have a voucher. So the free Wi-Fi knocks itself off. They've already got me details now. Unlimited data, but it's not really unlimited data because you can't really access much data before it goes off.
That's right, and it does turn off after an hour.
Yeah. You can use that for up to 5 concurrent devices. Basically, that Wi-Fi is archaic, in my opinion.
It's quite old-fashioned now, yeah.
So they try and sell these sites with free Wi-Fi, but you go on other sites, and I mean, other sites, they're not that good anyway in a lot of places. Now, you might think, well, if you like Camping and Caravanning Club so much, why not go and join them? What I would say is, and I know that there's some people there that watch us and you are members, but the two that we've stayed at, I thought personally, and this is my opinion, that the toilets were a disgrace.
Very, very old-fashioned.
Not only old-fashioned, but in Canterbury, the wet lining to stop it, from causing damp. Well, that had bubbled up and come away. I put the conditioner onto the holder. It fell down. It were rusty, so I had to avoid getting tetanus. And then it smashed the lid of the conditioner, so that were leaking.
Yes, and in Beadnell, what I remember is the shower had shower curtains.
Ooh, well,
and nobody wants a shower curtain sticking to your bottom.
No, that's it. So
Not great.
I think Caravan and Motorhome Club is probably a bit better. Also, I think you've got more choice with Caravan and Motorhome Club.
Choice in terms of what?
The amount of places you can go to. If you live in certain parts of the country, I can see why that would work better for you, because there's a bigger concentration of sites. But around us, there ain't really any that are really that close, is there?
No, I don't think there is.
We really want you to comment and tell us what you think of things. Now, I know a lot of you have been members for a lot longer than what we have. Do you want to tell us how it's changed? Is it better, worse, just the same? Let us know, because we're all members. We've all got different viewpoints.
Share the information.
That's it. And you might not agree with our opinion, but it's whatever suits us personally and whatever suits you personally. So, okay. All the opinions are fine, aren't they? So let's not get scrapping in comments.
Let's help each other with the different ideas.
One thing we can do now, though, is have a look at the reviews.
Oh, we like to look at reviews.
Yes, we do. So we're going to just have a quick look at Trustpilot. It's quite interesting to see this, because sometimes you get where you've got opinions that you agree with and others that you haven't. If you have a look at Caravan and Motorhome Club, previously the Caravan Club, it's got a rating of 4.1 out of 5. Okay. So you think, well, that's good because it's got a positive.
Yeah.
If you actually click on the little icon here, it tells you that it's not just an average of reviews. They work out their own score. So there's a few things. If you have a look at this, it's whether the company's claimed the profile, if it asks for reviews, whether they're positive or negative, pays for extra features. So companies that subscribe to Trustpilot's paid plans have access to more review invitations, business support and other features. That's quite interesting. Yeah. I know Trustpilot, it wants to present itself as transparent, so I don't think there's anything untowards that. But they've replied to 99% of negative reviews. They reply to negative reviews within 24 hours or less than.
So they're reading the comments?
Yeah, but they may use AI assist with replies.
Okay.
So there you go.
It's not a human.
No, but if you have a look here, so there's 12,006 reviews in total. 53% are 5-star.
Okay.
That's really good, isn't it?
Just over half.
19% is 4-star. So that means that Caravan and Motorhome Club have either a 4 or a 5-star rating for 72% of everybody that's left a review. That's pretty good. And then underneath that, we've got the 3-star reviews, 13%, 2-star at 5%, and 1-star at 10%. So what does that make? 28%. So there's 28% that are mediocre or
just over a quarter.
Now, a lot of people are saying, like here, fabulous service, ferry prices have been very good, people that love being members, great locations. Some of the locations are fantastic, aren't we? We agree. High standard on all sites we visited, so that's good. And I think in the main, quite high standard for us. We've got first one, and this is the ones that everybody looks at, obviously, because
the bad ones.
Any negativity, it's what draws us eye, isn't it? It's true. It's like you could wash a white car and you could spend so much time in it, but if you get one little speck, that's the bit that everybody will look at. So we're not thinking that this is representative, but it's interesting that we've been members for over 20 years.
Long time.
But we're not going to renew.
Oh, no.
Because the membership fees have gone up in price and the site fees are getting beyond it. We can go to other campsites for a lot less money without having a yearly subscription to pay. We are not the only people we've spoken to who feel the same way. Also, why do we have to pay per person when we are using nothing more apart from a bit of water?
A bit more water, that's right. Another shower, that's what we said. Interesting.
I think if we're honest, this is kind of where we are.
Yeah.
Because why are we paying a membership to pay more per night than other places we've stayed at that have got better facilities and as clean, if not cleaner?
What did they say in response to that?
Caravan and Motorhome Club said, we appreciate you sharing your feedback after being a member for so long. We understand your frustration with recent price increases. We're sorry to hear that these changes have impacted your decision to renew. In regards to pricing, flexible dynamic pricing allows the club to respond to changing circumstances. We mentioned earlier about dynamic pricing.
Yeah.
So basically what happens is if you book in front, then you'll get it cheaper.
Yeah.
Whereas if you book just before, then you may have to pay a higher price. So as the demand goes up, you pay more.
Yeah.
Now that's all well and good, but we work full time. So we can only access times where the demand is higher. So even though we're all members and we all pay the same membership, if we take away the age thing where you get concessions, which we've already said that don't bother us, you've got to question why we are paying more per night purely because the demand's going up. I guess that's like travel industry as a whole, isn't it?
That's the way it works. Kids' holidays are more expensive, aren't they?
School teacher, you pay for that.
Yeah.
The difference is you're not a member of a school holiday club.
Yeah, okay, good point.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
If you were a member of a working men's club and you got charged more per pint than your mate, I think it wouldn't end well especially in Barnsley. That definitely wouldn't end well. Any revenue surplus is reinvested back into improving the campsite network or purchasing new campsites, all for the benefit of the members. Any revenue surplus, have a look at their accounts and see if that's a true statement. We've taken into account the feedback from our members with regards to the dynamic pricing. And last year, we've trialled a number of offers and promotions. We released 2 lots of free night vouchers to all members and have a number of other offers in place now ready for the current 2025 season. We recognise that higher costs of living are challenging many members. That's why we're doing everything we can to make booking a trip at one of our sites as accessible as possible, including lowering some of our site fees.
Some.
So yes, they have given us a voucher, but we can't use it.
Yeah, we couldn't use ours today.
Because you got to book 2 nights.
That could be our fault.
For me, I've either got a free night or not.
That's right, yeah.
It's not like the only one that I've ever stayed at in 2024 or 2025.
It's a bit of a shame. We're quite disappointed about that.
What difference does it make? Honestly, what difference does it make? We've come, we're members, got a voucher. We might not be able to do 2 nights in the same place, but we've been told that we can't have our free night. So they're giving us it and then they took it off us. Again, we pay more through dynamic pricing because we have to be a bit...
You have to come at weekends.
That's it. We don't get any concessions. There's 2 of us, so we're paying more for that, which I know that most people, there's 2 of you. But then, because we can't come for 2 nights, then we can't use it. Are we members, or are we just giving £66 for nothing?
Good point.
Prices have become ridiculous. That's what other people are saying about it. Now then, just to be clear and to be fair to everybody involved, if you're going to join the club, like we said, you've got the Caravan and Motorhome Club and you've also got the Camping and Caravanning Club, which are the 2 main ones.
Yeah.
If you go onto Trustpilot and look at the Camping and Caravanning Club, it's actually got 2.1 rating out of 5. Now you'll notice that it's claimed its profile, but they don't reply to negative reviews. They don't actually reply to them. And
Oh no, look at these reviews.
it's
66% of 1 star.
It's almost flipped around, isn't it? 66% of people. San Pellegrino. How much are they?
They're on offer in Sainsbury's.
Sainsbury's? Thank you for staying with us so far. We do think it's quite an interesting topic because it affects so many of us. And it's constantly changing. And I think sometimes what can happen is companies can get a little bit comfortable, yeah, just keep your money coming in and that's that. I am going to check ours to see if it's on auto renew, but we've got to make a decision actually. I think for me personally, before we came here today, I were ready to cancel.
I wanted to cancel.
Right. Now we've not actually discussed this, have we?
No.
This is real. So we've got to declare what we want to do and then make a decision. So
why don't we swap clubs?
Okay. Is that what you want to do?
Well, it's cheaper, plus we've done all the clubs, the main ones we want to do.
What benefits have we had from being in a club?
Don't know. Probably not many, really.
We've saved £15 a night, or we've not been taxed £15.
We got our money back from the coats we bought from Go Outdoors.
We did.
So it's evens then, really, isn't it?
Not really, because we thought we were on a free night, but we've had to cough up.
That's true, yeah.
30 odd quid. Do you know what I think? I don't think we should be part of any club, and I'll tell you why.
Yeah.
We've used the Caravan and Motorhome Club 11 times.
Yeah.
Okay, so if you spread that across all of the times, like I say, it's £5 extra.
Yeah.
Okay. If it's £15 for not being a club member,
Yeah.
then all we've done is we've really saved £10. Okay.
Yeah.
Which means that we can have 6.5 stays a year in Caravan and Motorhome Club and break even because we're not going to buy any.
Okay, let's not join a club.
And the reason why I don't want to join Caravan and Camping, or Camping and Caravanning, is because I don't like the toilets. I'm not saying I wouldn't stay at them, I'll just pay for them. But I think psychology of it as well is that if you're a club member, you'll book club sites because you want to get your membership money.
Yeah.
So would we book as many? We'll just book them as we need them.
Yeah, well, one of our favourite sites wasn't either a club site, was it?
So I think for this next season, we should be free agents.
We're going Rogue Nation.
We're going rogue.
We're going to go rogue.
But one thing I would say is that we've stayed at some absolutely amazing Caravan and Motorhome Club sites, and the Camping and Caravan Club sites that we stayed at, the location for Beadnell were very nice. Canterbury, I weren't that fussed about, if I'm honest.
Right, we're going rogue.
So we're going to go rogue.
Okay, we're going rogue.
But that doesn't mean that we're not going to stay in Camping and Caravan or Caravan and Motorhome.
We probably will.
If it's in the location that we want. But we're going to cancel. Do you think we're making a mistake, or do you think we're doing the right thing?
Tell us. We're not going to be upset. Tell us.
We can always join again.
Yeah.
I don't think we get any discount for being loyal members.
Don't forget to like, comment and subscribe. Tell your friends, please. It really helps us. We're really, really pushing now.
But what have you got?
I've got Facebook and Instagram.
Yeah, she's got some cream for it. She's trying to get it cleared up.
Please take a look at Facebook and Instagram. There's some secret hidden pictures. That's not right. Please take a look at Facebook and Instagram for any insider gossip.
So we'll see you on Thursday where we carry on our tour of the Lake District. We've seen a little bit here, but we've got a really cool video coming up on Thursday, haven't we?
Yeah, we really enjoyed filming it.
We have, haven't we?
Yeah.
And there's some natural phenomenon and some phenomenal food. We've got some great food and a great phenomenon. Anyway, see you later.
Goodbye.
Bye-bye.